Yeah, I know. I've been having a fucking usual intro video or something funny to say, but guess what? Not this week. I'm coming at you raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Um, in the words of the immortal legend, shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, shimmy, yay. Give me the mic so I can take it away. Welcome to Perfectly Misfit, a podcast about nothing and everything all at once. I am your host, Dan, with the Master Plan Web Slinger 25. And with me, as usual, is my co host, Renee, at Bet You I Did Encarnacion. Renee and I are Army veterans. We share a lot of things in common, everything from podcasts, comedy, music, TV shows, uh, bitches. Food. Like we really like to cover all the bases, all the corners. Renee, how you doing today, bro?
Doing good. How you doing, Dan?
It's feeling like one of those like Freaky Friday kind of days. Even though it's a Wednesday, we come at you guys every Wednesday. Do us a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Oh, a little bit goes a long way. Hit that notification bell. This is the kind of fun we have here on DOODZ. 10,000 on your radio dial.
Alrighty then.
Excuse me.
Really winging this one today.
That's that's the wrong show. Don't you fucking do that. Don't you fucking do that to me
Dude,
on
it is
on
so fucking
our
hot.
show. Just a heads up, everybody. We normally do this for an hour every Wednesday. But I noticed through schematics and slabantics and shibudadayas and schematics that everybody stops watching after 29 minutes. So I think we're just going to make this half an hour. Dan and I don't need to force issues. We don't need to fucking try and be those people who are like, oh, I got to do an hour. Everybody's doing an hour. Dan, you want to do an hour? We're going to do an hour. Dan,
Yeah.
Dan,
Yeah.
we'll do an hour.
Oh
No,
my
we
god.
don't
Yeah,
need to
no.
do an
It
hour.
we can do an hour every once in a while, but like forcing an hour is just not fun for
Yeah,
anyone.
there's just some weeks where Dan and I just don't fucking got it. All right. Listen, we're human beings. We're not fucking machines. We're not fucking clowns here for your fucking general amusement. You think I'm a fucking clown? You think I'm a.
Well, you're funny.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
how do you?
Yeah. Either way, we want to make this fun for everybody. People's fucking attention spans get shorter. Dan and I don't really get that much funnier. I try to. Dan always fucking is a bit killer Jones and steps on all of my bits. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We'll just shorten it up. My jokes will be shorter and dumber than even before, and everybody will be fucking happy. I feel like mostly haters watching this show on this at this point anyway.
Really?
But
And I don't think I have any haters. Do you?
oh yeah, have we met?
We got a
Do
cup of
you
haters.
do you
A cup
remember
of
how we
haters.
started this show? Was I got booted off a couple of shows.
You know.
And guess what? Neither one of those shows is still going anymore. All
It's
those shows got
longest
January
reigning
6th.
the longest reigning independent podcast in the history of.
Bro, speaking of which, I think uh I think we we didn't talk about podcasts last week. Um Fucking Kill Tony had its 10-year anniversary, bro.
Oh, nice. I think I've
Like, but
five
it's that
episodes.
that is like the but it's I mean, sure, like it or not, it's still the longest running live podcast
Yeah,
ever.
that's pretty awesome.
Like it or not. So for those of you who don't know, Kill Tony's a podcast where they have a panel of like other comedians. It's Kill Tony, it's Tony Hinchcliffe, Brian Redban, and usually like a guest or two. And they have a band in the background. And they have a bucket full of open micers' names. They draw a random name. They usually start off with like a newly found regular who like they deemed to be, good enough to perform on a regular basis. But they have like two or three regulars for a 3-hour show. And
Yeah.
you get, if your name gets pulled, you get to do 1 minute in front of Tony Hinchcliffe, his tens of thousands of fucking live viewers every Monday. And they have a great show. I believe it's at the mothership in
Okay.
yeah, that's Joe Rogan's Spiggity Spoggity Wiggity. And yeah, like I'm saying just the opportunity to fucking get up there, whether you like the show or not. Like Tony Hinchcliffe can be a lot. He's not like the most friendly person. He could be a little pretentious, but the man has earned his fucking way. It is what it is. You can like him or not. The guy does drive a Corvette with a license plate that says "I roast" on it,
Hmm.
and in the words of Shane Gillis, it's fucking gay, dude.
Yeah.
um, but either way, the guy's a fucking legend. Say whatever the fuck you want to say about Tony Hinchcliffe, but the man. All right, Jesus Christ, he just fucking car washed my giant ass dog. Car washed, and he's bringing
He's
it
one of
back
the
for
only
another lap.
people that got their comedy special like removed from Netflix and it never came back.
I think I remember that. Yeah,
So I
that's
mean,
that's fuck.
even Jimmy Carr is on Netflix, and he's way more offensive.
Yeah, yep. Um, I don't know. That I haven't seen it. I think it might be behind a paywall. Because the last Kill Tony I looked up, it wasn't that show. Like I know who was on that show. They all had like custom bomber jackets. Rogan was on it. Fucking Tommy Buns was on it. Like the hitters were there.
Okay,
Um,
it may come out
so
this week then.
they might keep it behind a paywall. I don't know. I don't know.
Huh.
But yeah, I definitely want to see it. I know it's going to be a fucking goodie. Um, yeah, man. Uh, let's get into Dudesy. We didn't talk about Dudesy last week. Look at this guy. Lulio. Hey, Lobo, ¿cómo stai? ¿Qué se dice? Non so bene, Puerto Rican, Italian, the puppy like Dulce, sono solo like non so how on the Italiano side, it's more Puerto Rican, you sabe. I had a good lunch. Maybe my papa he throw me a little bit of a meatball hero yesterday, and they had a good red chili flake. It's olive oil, the garlic, the salt and pepper, the basil, some fresh bitches, the fresh ground beef, as did you say, here in America. Very good, very nice. How about you, Dan?
Oh, well, I got Miles down here. He heard you talking like a fucking retard to your dog, so
I felt so
he
bad. I
came
think
over because he's like, "Hey, Dad, you do the same thing to me." So he came over, and now he's sitting down getting some pets.
I
Um,
felt so bad. I think Lobo stepped on a piece of broken glass the other day. Like I didn't find it. He's good up now, but I found little red in his fucking paws. Like, fuck.
uh,
Like the worst feeling in the world when you can't help your fucking animal.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we have like there's thorn bushes here and stuff, and my dog definitely hit that thorn bush a couple times a year, and or get stung by wasps and whatever. But you can't really control that. I feel bad for them because I know it hurts, but at the same time, it's like, why'd you go over there, motherfucker? But dude, all right, we're gonna get into food real quick. I made like with Nicole, we made shepherd's pie from scratch again. We do it
God
like every
damn it.
month.
I might need you to freeze that and send me like I'll pay for the freeze dried ice or whatever. Fuck that.
Dude, it
Oh
it,
my
it
god.
it turned out fucking bomb. I mean,
Want.
we take red potatoes and I dice them up and then
Oh,
boil them till they're nice and soft, and then I have my own masher and mash it.
that's
Then
one
take
thing I
about
wish I buried this year was potatoes. Like, but like I know they can be kind of a pain. So like next
no,
season,
dude. Potatoes are super
I
easy.
well, I mean, just like compared to like everything else I'm dealing with,
Mm,
I also didn't have the space. Like I have to manage the space. I'm
yeah,
working with minimal space. I'm working in not my yards. I'm working in friends' yards. So like
dude, you
next
can get
season,
a 5 gallon bucket, right,
yeah.
and put
Well,
it right outside your apartment.
well, that's
And
what I no, not in my apartment. My fucking neighbors are fucking trash. You know that.
uh,
You've heard my neighbor stories.
yeah,
Fuck
yeah,
that shit.
yeah.
Um, um, but my weed plant is going into a five. Hey, stop stepping on my nice sneakers. My weed plant is going into a 5 gallon bucket in the next couple days.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
dude. I took it out. I took it outside yesterday. Transplanted it into a 4 inch, like a nice size. It went from like a little cup thing, a little cup
Yeah,
planter to like a nice size thing. And yeah, I took it out to my garden up in the mountains. I say mountains, it's like 25 minutes away, but it's at a higher elevation here than here and a much nicer space than my fucking windowsill here. All right there, Miles.
I
uh,
know. You just kick the next. I have bar stools, right, and you just kick the one next to me over.
but yeah, I took that outside. I had some little bug issues, some little mite issues on that thing a couple days ago. Maybe 5 days ago, I took them all off. I saw one or two the next following day or two. That thing's looking fucking awesome, man. I'm super
Nice.
excited. Yeah, next year I'm definitely gonna be doing garlic and either potatoes or sweet potatoes. If you know me, bro, I love me some sweet potatoes, man.
Yeah, dude.
And actually, since we're how long we're at past the 10-minute mark, I'm gonna be growing some corn, and not for the fucking actual corn on the cob, but for the corn byproduct that apparently makes a certain white lightning liquid that goes in these jars.
Oh,
I've
okay.
got yeah, I've got some friends who are like, Renee, next year you make some fucking corn, give us the byproducts, and we'll make some things happen in your favor. But like,
Nice.
all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Um,
Get some,
food.
dude. I've had some good stuff. When I lived in Virginia, it's like moonshine capital of the world, and
I don't know why would you would talk about that.
it's called peach water. It's clear and it tastes like the peach rings, like the candy, which I think are
Wow,
gross, but
I
it did not
love it.
taste like anything like alcohol.
Nice.
And it was so dangerous.
Have I
It's
told you
like,
about the Puerto Rican shit,
no,
bro? Remember when I went out there for the hurricane.
right?
Yeah, that was a very nice gift I received while out there.
Nice.
In Puerto Rico, it's called pitorro, Pitorro, pitorro. Usually like apple based, um, and you get flavors, everything from passion fruit, white grape, tamarind. Man, like like if there's one thing I can get imported from Puerto Rico on a regular basis. Besides, so there was that, and then there was this sausage we had out there, or and it's we have our it's our own version. It's a sausage that you can get in different cultures and countries. It's almost like a chorizo, but it's more fresh. It's like almost like a spiral Italian sausage. You know, like when you get
Okay.
like a pinwheel sausage,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's called longaniza. Longaniza is made in like the Philippines, I believe. Mexicans make a longaniza, but my absolute fucking favorite longaniza sausage is Puerto Rican style. And like, man, when I went out there for the hurricane, there was no power, there was no cell phone signal, there's no air conditioning, like there's no amenities. But the one thing I could find because I had cash in hand was pitorro and fucking fresh sausage. So
Nice.
we had gas canisters, propane tanks, so we could fucking light up that grill. Man, Dan, if I can, for when I come out there for the fucking wedding, man, like if I can get some fucking longaniza shipped, like from Puerto Rico, and some rice from out there, I would cook that at your bachelor party as the drunk snack. Like just make a
Nice.
whole bunch of rolls of just longaniza over white rice, fucking some little fucking hot sauce, some Chinese food hot sauce packets on the side. Bro, that's like death row meal for me, bro. Like oh what? I'm hitting the chair. I got electric chair in 48 hours. Get me a fucking pinwheel of longaniza and I don't know, some fucking really nice thick cut bacon. I'm good.
Nice. All right. So you may have noticed that I had to hurry up and cut my video feed and my audio feed. I only cut the audio feed because I was yelling. Uh, so we have about a 5 foot long ball python. All right, and she is in the living room right now, so that she could soak up those summer rays and whatnot. I fed her just before the podcast, and I hurry up and shut the door for her cage. Called it good. Came over here. I'm over here, and the fucking dog opened the cage, and I just caught it where she was like starting to come out, and I don't know if she's gonna strike the dog or what. I don't know, but I was like, oh shit, and I tried to like calmly like make it look like I was calm, but I was freaking the fuck out. And I
So
hurry up, went over there, put her in,
again,
and locked
since
her in.
we're making these episodes shorter as of from now on, if you guys don't know, we have our little topics, but we don't follow a format here. We're Dan and I are here to just shoot the shit. This is our once a week where we get to fucking catch up. We're fucking best bosom buddies for like uh 12
13
years
years now.
now. Like
Jesus.
yeah, Dan and I we fucking we were gay, we would have been married 12 years ago probably.
For
uh
sure, but you would definitely be the catcher.
hey man, whatever though. That's not what we're talking about. This is about love, okay?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
come
yeah.
on, bro.
And I would
Roll
love sticking in your culo.
cruising with the homies. Love moves in
Uh,
mysterious ways.
but yeah, so yeah, yeah. No, we don't have a format necessarily, and unfortunately, I have a farm, and Renee has a dog as well, and so sometimes the animals get in the way of the podcast. It's just the way it is. Honestly, I think it makes the podcast more fun. So yeah,
One of Dan's dogs have literally shit on the podcast.
yes. The first day I had Miles. First day. We were sitting here talking, and we were in the middle of a great podcast, and it was just about to hit like 50 minutes, and it was like a
Dan's
great
face
like
just
easy
goes.
podcast.
Dan's face, I'll never forget. He just goes,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he took a big old fatty. I mean,
He's
like
like,
10 feet from me,
and
staring
just
me in the eyes the whole time.
for those of you who don't know, there's a comment section where you guys can comment. Please comment, like, and subscribe. But like, there's also a private uh chat area where Dan and I can utilize to communicate with each other in such weird instances. And I also like, because we're just in a flow, I might not have also acknowledged it for about a good 2 or 3 minutes, and Dan just had to like try and play it cool until I was like, "Oh shit!" So yeah, that means, folks. All right, we're getting out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, it was about, uh, say about, like, I don't know, 20 it was like a year ago, so what, 52 episodes back?
Yep.
So, yeah, I had that in my memory show up on Facebook a couple weeks ago. So, good times.
Nice. Whoa.
Once.
All right.
So, Dudesy this week.
Yep.
How the fuck did you like Dudesy this week?
I am loving Dudesy more than I've ever fucking loved Dudesy lately. Like the glitches, the
The new
Dudesy has
Dudesy?
been so okay, and also let's just summarize. Dudesy is a podcast hosted by Chad Colchin and Will Sasso. Chad Colchin of the Bachelor fame, Will Sasso from Mad TV, and I think he's like an actor or something like that.
He may or may not have like cameos in like
I
one.
think he might like be from Ladner. He might be from BC, Vancouver. I don't know, somewhere, something like that. Whatever. He's
Something
only
like
like
that.
the greatest comedian ever. He's hilarious. But it is the first podcast ever run by, hosted by, what is
Produced by
produced by, yeah, by an AI. It is um yeah, beyond interesting. It's a show where the AI basically dictates what's going to be said, what topics are going to be covered, homework that needs to be done for future episodes, punishments for not abiding to said homeworks. It's quite the twist to what a typical podcast is about. But yes,
and it's
late,
by far the best podcast in the fucking world. Uh, if you have not listened
little
to it,
bit,
you need
just
to
a little
start.
bit,
We
little
love
bit.
we love podcasts. That's all we listen to. I mean, we listen to music here and there,
Yeah,
but fucking podcasts is all I care about.
yeah.
And stand up comedy.
Dan and I work like pretty much independently. We like, we get assigned a thing in the morning and we have to report at the end of the day. And so like while doing our jobs, we listen to podcasts. We listen to old school comedy. That's just our fucking thing. And Duty is like such a refreshing thing added to the world of podcasting. It's awesome.
It's
But like I
so
was getting
fucking different.
into, yeah, like I was getting into though, Duty has been pronouncing certain words uh, differently, incorrectly, and then today or
Yesterday,
yesterday, um, it introduced a segment, which is what it does. It introduces a segment. The boys cover the material needed in that segment, and then as it winds up, dude sees chimes in. Thank you. Moving on. But lately, it's been saying things in certain words like very differently, and this week introduced a segment that just wasn't anything,
yeah,
and I loved it. I considering like what Ducey has been putting us through over the last over a year now. This was quite like a little, a curveball.
Yeah.
Like I love it.
I don't know.
Okay, anyway.
I have generated some poems about Robert De Niro's astonishing fascination with the movie The Crow and crows generally.
Just
Will
generating
you as Robert De
amazing
Niro? This is
content
poetry
all
with
the
Robert De
time.
Niro. Begin.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love me some crows. Okay, let's get into it. Let me open my Dudesy thing. And hold up. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love me some crows. Okay, let's go. Okay. Had a few crumbs. Poetry. Okay. Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro. Crumbs. Had a few crumbs. This one's called Micro. Had a few crumbs. Micro is a micro crow. A few crumbs. Had a few crumbs. Micro is a micro crow. Never learned how to grow. Stayed as big as my little toe. My crow. Oh, micro crow. Oh, micro.
Micro. I mean, like, if you guys can't figure out how to, do 2 + 2, then I don't know if you're ever going to understand what a micro crow is. I mean, and just don't even pay attention to us.
Yeah. No. But dude, and that extra if you pay $7 a month, you can get on their Patreon. And not that we always suck Dudesy's dick, but we do.
We haven't talked about Dudesy in 2 episodes.
Dudesy is worth that extra $7 because at the end of the podcast, you get another half hour called
Dudesy after Dudesy.
And I'm telling you, there's more stuff to the Patreon, but that half hour is worth it just for that.
We need to do what the fuck was it? Oh, Downward Spiral. I mean, like, come on. I think you and I, like Dan and I, we try to arrange time to do Dan and Renee stuff. Yeah, we know you guys want to watch that content, but you can't. You know why? Because it's Dan and Renee stuff. But I think, that was something that you can find on Patreon is Will and Chad watched Kroll, but I guess on mute while watching while listening to Downward Spiral and Pretty Hate Machine by fucking 9 Inch Nails. Yeah. Which I saw 9 Inch Nails last year, so like that's why I'm like, oh man,
entertaining.
I would love to see how that lines up. They're like they've done this once already before, a la Pink Floyd. They did it a la Pink Floyd with the Wizard of Oz. So that's what they're going for here is they're trying to sync up albums with movies. And yes, it started with watching the movie Blade and syncing it up with Madonna's first 3 albums. Yeah. I have no desire to watch that.
Not at all.
Because I love Blade. I don't know if we've had this conversation. I think we might have, but I love Blade. I remember watching it in theaters. I remember buying the fucking VHS tapes. I remember watching them so many times that like it stretched out the film on the VHS. Like Blade there's no the soundtrack. I remember fucking buying the soundtrack and the score. Like dude, Blade was my shit. Not ruining it with fucking Madonna's bullshit.
Yeah, you can't
Hey yo,
have
hey
Wayne
yo,
without
hey yo.
shitty techno.
Me and Big Kev were back there. We just want to let you know about Madonna that oh, we don't care.
Yeah.
Hey yo.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna make this fucking quick. We're gonna make this fucking easy. We're gonna make this fucking painless. But big announcement we have today for next week's episode. We have a a new thing we're gonna try that we've never done before. And actually, I might be lying to you. It might be the week after. Fuck, it might be the week after. Actually, no. I don't know if we're recording tomorrow. Either way, we are next week. We will be doing something called a swap cast. If you want to listen to our episode next week or watch our episode next week, you're going to have to tune into somewhere else. This week, or excuse me, next week, we will have someone else on our feed. And they are called the
I know I can't
Rumble.
remember.
No, excuse me, the Sunday Stew Pot.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we will be doing it. I think we can still air it live. We can still air it on Wednesday on our channel.
But we'll air it our time on our channel, but our show will be on their channel, I believe.
As well. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird.
No, I
It's
think
gonna be
ours
a weird one. It's
ours
gonna
should
be a
come.
fun one.
Yeah, I think it sounds like our show will come out on their channel on Sunday, and their Sunday show that's called Sunday will come out on our channel on Wednesday.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know I keep saying this, but if we're doing all that, I really should get us on all the other platforms for that one. And yeah, because I have something else I'm trying to plan independently with my whole gardening thing. Just want to do it another separate podcast, like not podcast, just like a YouTube channel thing, like about gardening, just because I don't know what I'm doing, and maybe people will find it interesting that I figure it out as I fucking go along, you know. I don't know. But like if I'm gonna do that, then I really need to try and take this little fucking freak show that we got going over here up another notch before I start another project. And like speaking of projects, speaking of, you know, just the ability to do these things, I'm just trying to do them while I can. I'm getting older, not old, but like older. I'm going to be 40 in like a month and a half or something. And life creeps up on you. Life is very fucking quick. Life is fucking fleeting. Life can be taken from us like that. It sucks. Dan and I lose family members and friends way too frequently, and almost always unexpectedly. So you know, one thing Dan and I ask of everybody who watches the show, besides maybe telling someone else to tune in, we ask you guys to tell somebody you love them. Fucking give them a hug. You know, go have a beer with them. Go watch a movie with them. Go walk off a fucking pier. I don't know. Like it sucks how quick we lose people that we love, and I think Dan can't ask more than this. Can you?
What? To tell someone you love them?
Yeah, I know you. I know
I
you weren't.
sure
I know you
shit.
weren't paying attention, even though we shortened the fucking podcast.
I
but-
was. Thank you very much. I was doing something. I was, but I was doing something else at the same time because I wanted to tell everybody. Because I was fucked up when you said your birthday was in a month and a half, And I was like, no, it's like 2 months from now.
All right.
It's your birthday. My friend, you'll be 40 and old as fuck officially on August 27th. So, yeah, we'll do something for that. It's on a Sunday, so we can do an extra special early morning podcast for you.
Yeah, I'm hoping
So-
that weekend might coincide with some time where I need to harvest some of the veggies I've planted. And like either place, whichever yard I might need to harvest in, they're both giant yards, and they're both homeowners are willing to have a birthday party for me back there. So we're gonna be grilling, we're gonna be eating some fresh veggies.
Nice.
And who knows, maybe I'll throw it on here as a live stream. I'll just put up a camera, a webcam, and then put my laptop back there with connected to the Wi-Fi and just leave it streaming all day. I don't know. I've done
Nice,
that
that'd be fun.
before.
Cool. I'm down.
Yeah, I used to do that on fucking Discord during the pandemic. Anyway, we're getting the fuck out of here. Tell somebody you love them. Force somebody to watch our bullshit. Dan, I love your stupid face.
I love you too, buddy.
I'll see you next week.
See?
Fucking out of here.